Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Good afternoon. Change this around. Here we go. What's up, Shark and Molly? JR, Richard, Shalur. All right, let's see what we get this afternoon. I went against my traditional method of not trading during lunch, and I took an entry anyway. But just so you know, this is a demo trade, so don't get too excited. Hey, Queen, what's up? Miss Healthy, Ray. Absolutely. Last session of the week. Looks like our price is showing me that I should have closed my trade. Got it. All right, Shark. CE of the daily. Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's it. What level is that? 18060 ish. 53, somewhere around there. Yeah, I see exactly what you're talking about, Queen. But didn't we already touch it over here somewhere? Did this right here not get consequent encroachment of the daily fair value gap? And it ran up to oh, it only did 50 and a half. Let me see. What is CE here? What was it? 54? Yep, you're right, Queen. I think we just a couple points away. Yep. Alrighty. Could that be the clue that we missed earlier? Yeah. Yeah, we're about 4 or 5 points away. So 54.5 here. Oh, you said up here. You got a long. Okay. Yep. Yeah. So I have those two levels here. So we got mean threshold there, and then we had constant encroachment. So it's about, it splits it almost in half, to be honest with you. If if you enter somewhere around 18,000, because it looks like it's around 025 and then 055. Excuse me. So from around where we are right now, that mean threshold is about halfway there. right, let's get rid of this trade now. It's not going to work out here. Or standard deviations. Okay. Yeah, that's a stellar trade if it makes it to 4 standards. Mm-hmm. Yep, Dow and ES have already taken the lunch high. It didn't take the lunch low, which is interesting. Okay, let's see how it plays this BISI here, down at 983. El Jefe, you don't necessarily have to take out the low, because sometimes you'll see the low remain open as sort of a protected low that way, similar to how we had a protected low down here, but it did get swept, so it didn't get closed below. But I would say it's higher probability if we sweep the low first that we will go higher. Because I guess if you think about it just from, and this is something that ICT used to always say, you say when you think about price and you're looking at where it may go, also consider who would be in the most pain if it swept the opposite direction prior to going. So if you're looking for longs, you would think about the people who would be in the most pain are those who are already in long. So if it came down and swept them and then took off, that would be where price of one, or that's the way the market makers would like for price action to move. So I would say yes, it would. It doesn't have to, but it's higher probability if we sweep the lows first. Because a lot of times what'll happen if it doesn't sweep the lows is you'll see it will sweep the high, but it won't keep going. It'll sweep the high and then it'll come down, sweep the low, and then it'll go. Here's the weekly. Hmm. And so anyone in the room, I'm looking at the weekly and this high that we experienced this morning at 18,050. That high was the upper edge of a weekly SIBI. So I wonder if, what are your thoughts on that being maybe the weekly target? Yeah, so we just have to be careful this afternoon just in case the high has already been put in. We got about another 2 minutes, and then the lunch high and low will be confirmed, and we'll see which one is taken first. Uh, 50% of 815. Yep. Yeah, Robin, that consequent encroachment of the daily range. Yep. That is, I guess, similar to what would happen if you had like a wick or something like that. Hmm. Yep. Equal lows there, yeah. 895 would be nice. Maybe we'll finally get a confirmation of the breaker. Lunch low looks like it might go first. Earlier, we had about a 2.5 hour period where price just kind of stayed in this box, with the exception of um, the opening bell leading into the news event at 10. And now we have basically a 2 hour box here as well. Okay. Yeah, we did get a couple lows swept here. That's true. All the way, not quite the lunch low, but it did take out three candle lows during the most recent rally. So let's see now what the next couple candles do. We're now at 136. So we have the macro coming in about 15 minutes. Imagine price is somewhere around equilibrium of this range. Yep, right there. Slightly in discount right now. Now, the sure right at a bullish fair value gap has not been invalidated, even though we have a strong wick to the downside. Fair value gap closed above, so it's still valid. In fact, I'll draw it. So we got a fake run to the high. Now it looks like we have a fake run to the low. Mm-mm-mm. All right, while we're waiting on the next impulse or next move here, let's take a peek over at what's happening with the dollar. What happened here? All right, so we saw a slow climb during lunch, which matched up with a slow decline in Nasdaq. However, the Dow was pretty neutral, didn't have a candle body at all. But S&P was had a bullish candle during. I mean, it does have a rejection wick on it, but it was still bullish as far as where it opened and closed. So a mixed bag there during lunch. Now we have pretty much all the indices buying, and not quite the same energy from the dollar to the downside. However, it is inside of a bearish fair value gap. So we'll see how that plays out. It's a little bit above equilibrium, so it's in premium pricing at the moment. So it could spell push downwards for the dollar, which would obviously support what's happening in the other indices. But like Ray mentioned earlier, and I think Queen as well, um, Nasdaq looks to be the weakest of the three as far as looking at bullish momentum. It still has not taken the high from last hour, whereas you can see the others have pretty handsomely taken theirs away, and they're trading at the high of this hour, whereas NQ still isn't. You still see an upwick there. So not quite the symmetry I'm looking for on the indices, but we'll give it a little more time and see what comes out of it and how we trade for the rest of the afternoon. But we got the macro coming in 10 minutes and 2 o'clock just 10 minutes later. Pray and trade, it's an ICT term. It's just a time period from 10 minutes before the hour to 10 minutes after the hour. You can find some videos on YouTube. Oh, no. It's ICT said it's a macro is a set of instructions that I guess tells the algorithm to either move towards a pool of liquidity, or sometimes we find our setup. In fact, if there's a breaker that I'm looking to enter, I want to see price trade back into the breaker during that time period. Yeah, think of macros like I'm not sure if you are into Microsoft Excel, but a macro is sort of an automated instruction where you hit the button and it does a sequence of things that you don't have to manually click each one. You just hit the button and it just runs some instructions and does them all together. Think of macros more in that sense. Yep. Yep. So in this case, trade and trade, what I would be looking for is since we keep trading in the middle of the lunch high and the lunch low, and we keep like I did the measuring a little while ago, but equilibrium is somewhere in this area. So we still keep sitting somewhere close to 50% and not really choosing one side or the other. So I would expect during this 20-minute macro for one of these lunch highs or lows to be taken. Yep. Yeah, I wonder if this, because of also not only was this FOMC and NFP, but we also had all of the results, quarterly results being issued by companies last week and this week, and so that gave some pretty good trades after hours, and so maybe, or not trades, but it gave some pretty good range after hours. So maybe it's just a little lethargic and not really running towards any new pools of liquidity now. But yeah, definitely today has been not the easiest. I'm just below break even for the day. Great. Got exactly where equilibrium was. Let's measure that once again just to see where we are. Okay, we're in premium pricing right now. Honestly, I think a sweep of lows would cause more pain to traders than to go higher first. I feel like people are probably pretty bullish based on this move down and then big price move up, sweep of a low, and then starting to push bullish momentum again. I would think people are probably pretty bullish. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Bullish breaker from this morning. Oh, Queenie, you talking about the bullish breaker that kicked off the news event at 8:30? $18.06.3. Yep. Oh, okay. Got it, Queen. Yep. Got it. Okay. Yeah. So until we get a bearish breaker, you're still bullish. Okay. Mm, yep. Well, to support what you're saying, Queen, we gave it every opportunity to flip market structure here on the 5 minute with this protected low, which was identified after this high came. So trailing down and punching through 3, 4 times. It had every opportunity to flip and it didn't. So, so yeah, you're definitely on the right track there. Yep. So we got the consequent encroachment here at 18.025, and then we got the weekly high, which is the edge of the wick at 18.050. And then we have a daily city consequent encroachment at 18,054. Um, Let me check on the TGIF. Let me check on that. Because I wonder what this range right here was when this high was achieved at 18,050. And then we retrace back down to 17,900. Whether that 150 points was 20%. All right. So on the weekly range, if I measure that up, 20% retracement would be down to 17,917. And we got a retracement earlier this morning at 10:30 down to 17,890 something. So yeah, we already had a more than 20% retracement already this morning. So I'm not going to say we can't have another one. Um, but yeah, we already have had, this was a 20% retracement from the 10 o'clock high down to about 10:30. Now, if we're not going to get a TGIF, then maybe that makes it that much easier to believe in a bullish run. Eighteen one oh one. Okay. All right. Keep in mind, we're still inside of this bearish hourly fair value gap, which I just haven't extended, but we're in it until we get to 18,083. So we got a ways to go. All right, everyone. 2 o'clock in just 1 minute. We've got 1 minute. Fair value gap right here. Let's see if that's where it's trading into. Just below 787. Well, 987, just below 987. 7. All right, let's see if it trades up to 1807 now, giving us over bullet in 20 points. Target 20 points and see if this gives 20. And if it does, then for sure it's going to grab the lunch high, was just a couple points ahead of it. See if it gets up there during this macro period. We got another 7 minutes. more minutes in the macro here. Let's see if it can not only deliver the silver bullet, but also take the lunch high. There it is. Silver bullet and lunch high inside of the macro. Cupertino. What's the reason behind it? It's a fair value gap. It's just a fair value gap, and it's 2 o'clock, so it's silver bullet time. It traded into the fair value gap at 159, so at 2 o'clock, we're already inside. And then you take it for 20 points. Right? And the silver bullet is based on time, but if you say you're set up before the silver bullet, but not sure why, yeah. That was all. It was waiting for 2 o'clock. And so at exactly 2 o'clock, it was inside of a fair value gap. So that was the entry. And then you saw the pool of liquidity above, which was the lunch high. And so you target that. Well, you target 20 points. And since the lunch high was near to that, it gave you a little more confidence that that was the direction. But no, silver bullet is just continuation. So whatever we're currently doing. So as we were talking just before the silver bullet started, we've been bullish all day. Even with these pullbacks, we're still bullish. We had, where is it? 5-minute protected low that was tapped into multiple times, but never traded, never closed below. So we remained bullish ever since this morning. So that was the reason for the bias at 2 o'clock to be bullish. Even this price action, we had to put in a low here, trade a little bit, traded back down, but didn't sweep the low. So that was it. Yeah, so I think some people look for the silver bullet to create a fair value gap. But the way I understood it is it can also use a fair value gap that's already there. You just look for it to trade into it after 2 o'clock. Yeah, Cupertino. So the protected high and low is just market structure. So when you're looking at market structure and you're looking at what would it take to flip to the other direction, and that's where your protected high and low come from. So where that protected low is if on the 5-minute we trade below that and close, then we would have bullet price structure. I'm sorry, bearish price structure at that time. We would go from bullish to bearish. And so that's when you have so protected low is just saying, okay, I'm watching this area. And if something happens, if it trades below this, then I understand what to do. Because what happens is when I don't mark it up, price will flip and be going the other way while I'm looking for a setup and just waiting. And then I don't even notice that market structure has flipped on me. And then you see price go against you. You end up, it finally trades into what you were looking for, but it's really moving the other way. So it's just good to always know where that level is. Yep. Yeah. Give me a moment. Sorry about that. Yeah, Ray, I think I'm done as well, even though I'm slightly behind, slightly below. I think I'm like $200 down today, but don't think I'm interested in trading my account today anymore. Here's a fair value gap that formed afterwards. Right, Queen. So you're saying that we're not going to trade lower than last week's candle body, which would be 870 ish today. Oh no, I'm sorry. 870 is where we started, so that would be a bearish candle. If we get below 870, we'll have a weekly bearish candle. Yeah, I would like to see us close above the SIBI. Closing above the SIBI would make me happy. Other than that, and we go into next week still with some uncertainty as to whether it's going higher or lower. So that would be this level here, consequent encroachment of the daily SIBI. If we can close above that, that would be awesome. Oh, sorry. Let's go back up to 5 minute. Oh, the weekly CB. I want to see us close above the weekly. And in order to do that, it's the weekly CB, the upper edge is right at the daily CB's consequent encroachment. Yep. Yep. So it looks like price may have waited until 2 o'clock to really show its hand and say, okay, this is what we're doing. All right, now the Dow is trailing behind. Hmm. You know what? While we're looking at this, let's pop over to ES and just see if ES looks similar or if we would have had a easier trading day. Nice. See, look at ES. Mm-mm-mm. Looks pretty clean. Oops, you know what? Let's see. I think this is very similar to the area I marked up as a bearish breaker here from this morning. Let's look and see what happened. Price traded below, closed below, traded back into consequent encroachment at 51.50, traded down to 51.28, gave it another tap, traded down to 51.27. So you would ended up getting around 20 to 25 points this morning before it reversed. right, let's get back over to NQ. $158 as well. This could be a draw on liquidity. Okay. Yeah, we still have the lunch low open. We never took the protected low there. Let's see, from this morning, did we have anything? The London low, not traded to. Oh, I neglected to mark up the New York low. Yep, so you're right. All the lows are still open with the exception of Asia. Asia's the only low that was swept. Oh, Shiite. That's massive. All right, so let's see what's happening here. Are we looking at a 1 hour buy model? Is that what you're seeing, Queen? Hey, I keep forgetting that at 2 o'clock we close a 4 hour candle. Yep, we did. You're right. We did confirm one down at 17,900. Which is still our protected low, by the way. It has not shifted. Yep, so we have a 4 hour and on top of a 1 hour busy there at 17,900. Silver Bullet gave 40 points, not just 20. Yes, it is. The, what is it? Pensions, ICT. Yes, it's the fair value gap from, well, maybe it is. Let me go down to the 1 minute and see. I'm on the other chart. No, it's from 146. 146. Or I'll pull it back up. So it's from here, 1346. What you had is at 159, you had a candle push lower right into the fair value gap. So as soon as it closed and it turned to 2 o'clock, you were already inside. And then it just pushed out. Okay, go back to the 5 minute here. Is a sniper here. All right, let's see what's next. If price does continue to push higher, obviously we have consequent encroachment of the wick here, the wick from 10 o'clock. Then we have the upper extremity of the wick as well. That's also labeled as this week's high. So it's as high as we've made it this week, and that was this morning. Then we have a daily SIBI, which is a bearish fair value gap for those unfamiliar with ICT. And this is the consequent encroachment of that fair value gap on the daily time frame. So those are the next 3 levels above us. Sure. Um, yep. Just give me one moment. LSB production. Just give me a second. All right, that's the first one to watch after. So LSB production, watch this video and I'll give you one more. So the first thing you want to do is to get in tune with market structure and understand market structure. All right, that's the second one. There are far more. So if you like those two, that same YouTube provider. You can look at some of the other videos there, but market structure is where I would start. If you're looking to get sniper entries and trying to understand how price moves and things, get familiar with market structure first. So watch those two videos. So I guess Sniper didn't join this afternoon. Yep. Hey, no problem. No problem, LSB. How many handles is that? Oh, 14 so far. Okay. and handles in 20 accounts. Holy crap. That's $4,000 a trade. I think, yeah, power hour should move the market for sure. Yeah, we got the next macro session coming in 5 minutes, and then we have 15 minutes till power hour. And yeah, let's see where power hour takes us, whether we get a retracement back into the range and we just kind of sit there over the weekend and figure out where we think price may want to go, or whether it takes some of these highs. And remember I said earlier, if we can close above 054, so we can get up here and close by the end of today, then we should be bullish for at least, the foreseeable future until we run into another pool of liquidity and see what happens there. But if we trade back inside, then we're still kind of in wait and see mode, and we'll have to go into Monday and Tuesday's trading to see how price is moving. But we did sweep this consequent encroachment of the wick, which generally price likes to trade into just to sort of balance the area. And as soon as we did, then it showed itself and pulled a low. But that also could just be a filling in of this 5-minute fair value gap. So let's continue to watch and see where price is going. Right. But we do have a sweep of a high and then a push lower. So potentially we have a turtle soup there. That's why I was looking for Sniper to see if he was in the room, because I know he loves turtle soups. $40K every 10 trading days. Okay, yeah, I think that was similar to what Dave did as well, where you build up 20K a week in winnings, and then at the conclusion of that second week, the 10 days, and pulling out 40K, which is insane when you think about it. It's $1 million a year. Let's drop time frames and see what it does on the 1 minute for the next. We're in the macro now up until 310, so 250 to 310 will be this macro time period. Let's see where price decides to push towards. All right, so for those of you who are asking about the silver bullet, and you asked me about it creating a fair value gap prior to 2 o'clock, and I told you that in some cases that's what it does. It trades into a fair value gap that's already available. In this case, it also traded into a fair value gap that it created during the 2 o'clock hour, which you can see it traded in right here at 209. It was created between 206 and 208, traded right back into it. Then you would have been looking for 20 points. Right? And it gave exactly 20 to the tick. It gave exactly 20 if you took the one that was created after 2 o'clock. Okay. Right? And if you're going to take a fair value gap, you want to put your stop below the candle to the left. At least that's how I do it. So that would have been a 10-point stop. So precisely a 1 to 2 trade. Okay. Yeah, you gotta. I hear you, Ray. I can only imagine if I was pulling in that much on making $200 on a trade, I'm sure I would try to stretch it to 300 and stretch it to 400. just just know myself. It does sound great to do that. Yep. Nope, you're right. It does not seem like it's enough. minute breaker here. I don't know. $5 minute. I think let's see. Yeah, Queen. It never took out that high, so it's just basically in the range. The only thing that confuses me, and it'd be nice to get your opinion on this. Anyone can answer this, whoever has an opinion. So when we're looking at the 5 minute, right, and you're looking at market structure, the highest wick came from a candle with a lower close or lower open. So sometimes I feel compelled to take this as the high just because it was the highest. These two are the highest closing candles, and this had the highest wick, as opposed to taking this wick because the candle body's lower. I don't know what your opinion is on that. Hmm. Yes, that is the news candle. This is, yep, 10. This is that 10. Okay. So the highest wick. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah, I get it. I understand when you say hitting 50% or consequent encroachment of the wick, you consider liquidity being grabbed. But if we close above consequent encroachment of the wick, would you consider that the same as like closing above the wick as far as a continuation? Because that's when you would shift your your protected low would then get shifted. So that's more of what I was asking. When do you consider it either a market structure shift or a continuation? Then you wait for more. Okay, got it, Ray. All right, Queen, you went short at 18. Okay, we're missing one of the numbers. 001 or 011? 18001. Okay. All right, Queen's in a short. We're 2 minutes into power hour. All right, let's look at the 1 minute until we run out of macro. So we had a sweep of the 1440 wick here. And now we have relative equal lows here. So we'll see where price trades to before taking those lows. ETO20. Okay. Hmm. Oh, okay. So we have broken synchronization. The Dow is no longer synchronized with S&P and Nasdaq. As we see the Dow retracing back into a bullish fair value gap or close to it. The other two are more or less looking for consequent encroachment of the wick on the hourly and possibly looking at the daily high. All right, when the macro is over, we'll take one more look at ES on the 5-minute and just make sure everything's still moving as it was, where the price structure looks pretty solid. And we'll see if that can't sort of guide us with Nasdaq. See it, Wendy's. Man, $2. Does $2 even get you fries anymore? And a small one at that. All right, so macro is now expired. So we'll go back to the 5-minute. And we'll just take a quick peek at yes, the S&P. So we broke the high here, up, down, up, down. Yeah, all lows still intact. We're not, ES is not taking lows. Yeah, been building up since 11 this morning. All right, so protected low would be here, thinking. Oh, no, actually it wouldn't. It wouldn't. Nope, not until we sweep the high, nothing changes. But yeah, still heavily bullish here on ES. Hmm. Where we are on a daily candle now. Seems like it's just a matter of time before we break these highs. Uh, yeah, El Jefe. Yeah, it's just based on market structure. So we were already bullish, right? We see our protected low down here has been there since early in our session this morning. Price traded to it a couple times, never closed below, traded out of it both times with bullish impulse. We see that following that, if you just follow price structure, right, you get a high that broke this high up here, just continued up, made a retracement, which is just a retracement into this leg. That low has not been traded into. Traded again. closed above this high over here, started a retracement, never traded below this one. And now so far, this one is still being protected. So as it's building price structure, we don't see sweeps of lows. So that's why I said heavily bullish. It's for that reason that prices just has a bullish price structure. If you step out just a bit from like the 1, 2, and 3 minute, you'll see that price is just doing this all day. You don't see lows being broken. It's just doing this. Even though when it gets to these levels, you'll see it trade across, and you're like, oh, okay, well, it's just consolidating. You'll see a small retracement, and then it makes a new high. And so it's just been doing that all day. It hasn't been doing it with great speed, which is why we sit here for a couple hours and we don't see a lot of price movement. But another thing we don't see is lows being broken. Right. And if you really think about it, it made a low right here at 840. Then it made a high at 10 o'clock. And we're inside of this range all day, stair stepping back up to the top. Right. Maybe one of the reasons why it's moving so slow is because we're inside of a 1 hour bearish fair value gap. We're still inside. We've been inside all day. You can see now we're at consequent encroachment. So we're sitting right there in the center. Most of this hour I've been trading in premium, just a bit above consequent encroachment, but that's been our trading day so far today for the last 6.5 hours. Yep. Which one? 10.25? Oh, it's because of market structure here, right? So market structure, remember, we came from somewhere else and then we made the bullish push up, right? So when we pushed up here this morning and closed this high, protected low is down here. Then we traded back down and started building back up, made this high. So then the protected low shifted up and became this low. So it's like traded up, down, up. So this became the protected low. Over here, yes, it came down and punctured it a little bit, but just with a wick, traded right back into the zone. This low is not violated until you get a close below it. So that's why this is not the protected low. Now, if it did this, traded down and then traded higher, and we closed up here above this wick. So this wick is the high of this price leg, right? From this low all the way up to here is the price leg. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This low, from this low to here is the price leg. So between the two blue lines, until we get a close above this blue line, this low does not move. Till we get a close below, market structure has not changed. We're still bullish. So those are the two things that we look at. If it closed below, we flip from bullish to bearish. If it closes above, this protected low shifts between this high and whatever the new high is. So scroll up and those videos that I recommended to the other person who was looking, LSB production. Scroll higher, and those videos that I left for market structure, go ahead and watch those. It'll help you with what a protected low is and why the protected low is where it is. I mean, between now and the end, yeah, this high is only 18,050. There's only 40 points. It can move 40 points in two candles. Like it doesn't take much for 40 points. Yep. This one candle right here at 11:30 was almost 40 points. So if price wants to move, we have plenty of time. The 15-minute queen. All right. I looked at the 15 in a bit. Okay, I see what you're saying, queen. The 15-minute from 2 o'clock. Yeah. Well, queen, yeah, you have the morning session. I mean, it's been a pretty eventful week, both up and down. I mean, if you look at how like FOMC played, and then we had a similar one. What was that today? Yeah, it's been a pretty. I just looked at the weekly range, and we're right at 650 handles. So it's not the biggest week that we've had recently. A couple weeks ago was much larger, moved down, but still 650 was pretty sizable. And I was a little worried about what this week would be after last week did a big rebound from 2 weeks ago's price range. And I know price likes to trade into like half of the candle body before. So the big push down that we had and now the recovery, I think that's all positive signs for continued bullish action heading into next week and to see how high price wants to trade to. Yep, we have 3:30 coming in just a couple of minutes, and we'll see if that maybe gives price a little kick in the rear end to get it moving. Or not a strong reaction at 3:30. Yeah, it looks like for the hour we're right at where we started, which is honestly pretty easy to see. But this is the candle here, so opening value is 18,008. So on S&P as well as NQ, we are right where we started 30 minutes ago. Slightly lower on the Dow, but not far from also the start of the hour. And the dollar actually looked like it's one of the indices. They're all trading about the same now, so it's a little weird to see. But let's, you know what? Let's just switch over since not a lot is happening, and let's take a look at how everything is trading together. Right. So we see inside of this bearish fair value gap here, price traded through it, but could only close right around equilibrium or consequent encroachment. Traded a little bit higher for a couple of hours. Now it's trading a little bit lower. So it's just kind of been sitting right in that sweet spot zone of this bearish fair value gap for the last 4 hours or so. So the dollar hasn't really done much since just before lunch. Now on the flip side, when we look at our indices, we like to see an inverse relationship, but obviously there's very little range here. So in that case, we expect for the indices to move probably in the direction that they're currently in. This is in a bearish fair value gap. They all have bullish ones sitting below that they can get support from. Traded in twice this morning. Each of the indices traded in twice. Did not invalidate any of them, so you would expect them to continue pushing higher with bullish prices, potentially to the high of the day. So far, it's been moving in that direction, but quite slowly. So we continue to monitor, continue to be optimistic that bullish prices are going to sweep these highs, but we'll see. Switch back over now. Based on the dollars moving, we would like to see bullish momentum. So maybe we have equal lows here that may want to be swept. Small volume imbalance here that may want to be traded to. So there's a handful of things that price can trade to and remain bullish. So we'll see if that happens. Safe profit. Are you spamming us or are you making a point? Sorry, is AMC on Nasdaq? GameStop, BBY, I don't even know what that is. All right, I'll give you 30 seconds to answer and then I'll delete it. All right. I guess this profit wasn't so safe after all. Going once, going twice. Done. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, I haven't asked today, but if you guys could like the video, we got 100 people in the room now, and about half of those have liked the video. I'm sure some people may have hit like early and already left. So if you could hit the like button, see if we can't get YouTube to recognize how many people are in the room and enjoying the content. Yeah, it's not often that we get a range created between 9:30 and 10, and that range holds all day long. Sweet. Mm. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Playing games. That's funny, Miss Goody. Wait till the last minute, then you about ready to leave. He's like, "Oh no, sorry. Hey, what is it? What can I do to keep you? I'll give you whatever you want." But wait till the last minute to do that. All right, Simon. Catch you on Monday. Take care. Have a good weekend. Man, is this just a test of patience, or has the market run out of steam? I'm gonna go with this is a test of patience. See what happens in 10 minutes when the final macro of today rolls around. Yeah, I get it. Some people are waiting until the end of the session to hit the like button, so it's fine. We'll wait. Yeah, I know. And we are reversal traders if you like breaker blocks. So definitely made it difficult. I think these are those moments where you have to lean on price structure and just until it gives you something else, you just got to believe it. All right, Molly. See you Monday. Have a good weekend. Mm. Yeah, Molly crushed it this week. Molly, we all aspire to have trading days and weeks like you had. Hmm. Man, sorry about that, Giorgio. Yep. All right, it's 3:45. You know what? Let's just look and see what we have to look forward to next week as far as news is concerned. Oh, no high impact news until Thursday. Huh, that's unique. All right. Okay, okay. Wow. That's crazy. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. Next week we'll only have 4 days of trading. I am traveling. This is kind of a decision I made last weekend, but I'm traveling on Friday and I'll be out the following week as well. So next Friday and then the entire following week, I will not be streaming. So from the 10th through the 17th. Appreciate that. Yeah, TJ, I'm in your neck of the woods. I'm coming to see my parents and my family. Mm. No, not really. Just enjoying family. You know, I haven't seen them in quite some time. Well, it hasn't been that long, but I didn't see him in 2023. I'll say I saw him multiple times in 2022, but none last year. So be good to get back out there and see them. Okay, yeah, I'll let you know. Right now it's looking like it's going to be quite busy, but I'll let you know if I have some open time. Got it. Okay. Well, perfect timing then. I'm not sure I'm going to trade at all. I might, maybe a couple hours in the morning, but for the most part, I want to. My parents are retired, so they're available during the day, so I want to spend time with them. Yeah. Well, TJ, if not, we can always catch another one. I think now I made a decision that I'm going to try to get out there 2 or 3 times a year now. It's just there's no reason not to. Oh, you went short? Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Pray and trade. Oh, no, most definitely, for sure. $9.93. Oh, you did say a short scalp. Yeah. Uh, Bingo. There you go, Queen. All right, let's shift this down, see what happens here. And at lunch low, you never know. Let's see if we get a short down to the lunch low. Everyone, this is a demo trade, so take that as you will. Actually, I could bring the stop down a little bit. Oh, yeah, I hear you, Skylar. It's tough to do both at the same time. Wow. Look at Queen. Good job. All right, so it gave an immediate rebalance, not quite the consequent encroachment. Oh, we're in the macro now. So here we are. Is it going to run to those highs now? No. I mean, pretty much my rationale is just the lunch low. It's the end of Friday. We're at the last 15, 20 minutes of the trading day. So it's now or it's going to hold until next week. So that's pretty much the rationale there. The entry was based on trading back into 50% of the last leg up that failed, which was this one. So that's why you see the entry. That orange box that I pulled up, the consequent encroachment, that was the entry point. And it's on the 5-minute level where that entry came from. Looks like it might want to buy up, and it just traded back down to this box, but it's actually bullish, not bearish. So we'll see. But like I said, I was just banking on this being Friday afternoon, the last 20 minutes of trading, and it wants to take out that lunch low. Yep. Yeah, I'm in a short chart. um, See, I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at it. I was thinking that if we closed above 18,050, then I would feel stronger about bullish going forward. But it doesn't look like we're going to close above 18,050. So I'd have to go back and look. And then next week, we don't have high impact news until Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be, I don't know, not really sure what we're going to get. I'll have to wait until then. But I usually do my market analysis on either Saturday or Sunday morning and go from there. Yep. Yep, you're right, Ray. I wasn't insinuating a higher time frame was bullish at all. But I was hoping that it would start looking in that direction. But you're right, it's still bearish. The weekly, the daily, 4 hour, all of those are still bearish. Actually, 4 hour may have flipped bullish. I can't remember. I need to look at it. All right, that low still holding strong, has not been swept yet or traded below. One thing we do have to look forward to next week is we have that massive regular trading hour gap from today. We didn't really trade into it, so it's still open heading into next week. So we need to keep that in mind, especially early in the week as we're looking for, even if we are bullish, it's probably early in the week going to look to make that down wick. So it's going to want to trade lower. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Right, so here we didn't have the low swept. We had a low made. However, traded higher, and now it's not sweeping that low. Honestly, I can reduce risk here because there's really no reason to trade higher than here. The only reason to trade higher is it wants to go higher overall. Here is that trade. Reduce risk even more. Three, two, one. All right, there we go. Price wants to go higher. That's fine. Get up here and close. That's where we want to see it. I want to see it close somewhere around 18.050. Although we still have another hour. Prop firms close at 10 after 4, and then people with private broker accounts are able to continue trading. So I guess that lunch low is going to hold. Oops. Here we have equal highs right here. All right, Shark, take care. We'll see you on Monday. WC, same to you. Talk to you on Monday. All right, TJ, take care. Talk to you on Monday. It's so hard to break this high here. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, all right, Triple C, take care. I'll let you later. Oh shit, no, I didn't remember. I sure didn't. Sorry, Queen. Let's do that on Monday. Damn it, I forgot again. I remembered last week, but not this week. I have to find a way to remind myself because I do remember TJ got a payout this week. Yeah, me too. I am happy for him. He got keys to his new office and he got a payout all in the same week. All right, El Jefe. Catch you next week. Have a good weekend. All right, everyone. Final minute. Final minute. Any final questions or comments or anything? You took a long. Which fair value you got? The one from like 351 or the one from like 359? Well, not even that. 4 o'clock. All right. So that does it. 10 after 4. Yep. Just close it out. Yeah. All right, Armando, have a good one. And look, as soon as it's 410 and prop firms are closed, then it ran this high, and we'll see what else it does. That's gotta love the market makers, the algorithm programmers. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for another good week of trading, another good week of talking about trading and just having a good time in the chat here. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new and you haven't subscribed before and you hadn't hit the subscribe button. As I mentioned, next Friday I'm out and not streaming. Also, the following week I'm still out, and so if you're not subscribed, you may miss out when I come back. So make sure you have the subscription as well as having the notification bell on so you know when I'm back. Um, and with that being said, happy back trading, back testing this weekend. Hope everyone has a good time, and let's come back refreshed on Monday and ready for another week of trading. Take care, all. Have a good one.